Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Edwin.
And it's Mina.
Wrong channel. Today I want to bring some self-awareness to the table to a specific person called Hannah.
Who is Hannah?
Hannah Cranston is a host of a show called ThinkTank, and she has some very interesting opinions on relationships that I feel require some discussion. Let's begin.
Are you DTR, down to relationships?
Straight off the bat, I love my dude Jason's reaction when the video starts. She's just blurting, "Are you DTR?" And he's like, "Phew, so this is the ride I agreed to go on, huh? Alright, let's get this over with and let me secure the bag." Also, I'm pretty sure that DTR does not stand for down to relationship. I mean, does homegirl seriously go up to people and say, "Hey, are you DTR?" Huh? Am I DT, huh? Oh, silly. Are you down to relationship? Oh.
That is a question that many people in budding relationships ask.
You see, when I was a single bachelor, back in my day, I was seeing this woman and she told me to DTR. And I said, well, what is that? And she said it meant to define the relationship. Just to be friends, a long-term relationship, a short-term relationship.
Right? They ask if you want to be boyfriend, or girlfriend, or
how much longer?
Or boyfriend, girlfriend, and really establish that label.
Jason, I see and I feel your suffering. Please, to my subscribers, every like equals one prayer for Jason. I am willing to donate every prayer from this video onto Jason.
But do all relationships really need a label? That is what we are asking here today on ThinkTank. Jason, what are your thoughts?
Yes.
Is it just me, or did it totally look like Jason just received permission to breathe with that yes?
Yes. Well, look, here's a label for my relationship. Solid. Boom. Yeah, no, you have to define what your relationship is in order for it to grow.
If you can't tell by now, Hannah does not agree with anything that Jason is saying. Ever since he said yes, you can see her body language disagreeing with everything he's saying.
Relationships end up becoming drama when one person thinks or has an ideal about it, or has an idea about what's happening, then another person, you guys aren't on the same page, and that causes friction and fraction.
Fraction.
And it's not just that she disagrees with him, it's almost like she finds what he's saying repulsive. I mean, the way she mocks him by saying friction and fraction. I'd actually say that's a pretty clever play on words. I mean, if you're in a relationship and you don't have a mutual goal, there's bound to be some sort of friction, and if there's enough friction, there's eventually gonna be fraction. Jason, you're a clever man.
Yes, but I don't necessarily think you have to say like, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, or fiancés, or we're married. I think that you can establish the fact that like, hi, we're not sleeping with other people, or we are sleeping with other people, having that open communication. But again,
I love this look he's giving her, because that is the exact look you give someone who is completely lacking self-awareness. Homegirl Hannah is supposed to be arguing against defining their relationship, yet she's saying that you don't have to call each other boyfriend, girlfriend as long as you set your expectations, limitations with your partner. Is that not defining their relationship?
like we talk about a lot, labels are for the outside world, it's not for you.
No.
Like if I'm in, let's say.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pinnacle peak of lacking self-awareness. When your co-host tells you no on your own show, you hardly let them speak, and when they speak, you don't even care to listen to their opinion. And not only that, most of your audience stop watching your content, and a large portion of the ones that still remain also disagree with you.
Pretend we're in a relationship.
Okay, hey boo, what's up?
And I say, I want to be committed to you. I only want to sleep with each other, and we don't need to, we don't need to label it, whatever. But we cohabitate. We want to build a family one day. Why do we need to say, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend?
When you're with someone, you can call him whatever you want. You don't have to call him your boyfriend, girlfriend, your husband. You can call him your little Alfred, you know? It can be whatever you want. This is so bizarre. I feel like the video started out with her being like, hey, be open-minded. You don't have to have a label, whatever. Now she's sounding like, hey, don't have a label. You're wrong for it.
She seems confused.
Yeah. Bigly.
Well, because I think ultimately that's what it is. I mean, you don't have, okay, so not saying it, it's like when you say something, it becomes real. If you don't say it, doesn't become real.
Well, we've already had the communication. We've set the boundaries. We've set the terms for the relationship. Why do you need to
So what do you say? Okay, so then
Hannah seems so disturbed by her co-host disagreeing with her that she just straight up talks over him.
I feel really, really bad.
I feel like it totally contradicts her mission statement of her channel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's
like her
really...
channel statement literally says, ThinkTank challenges preconceptions, expose amazing new facts and discoveries, explores different perspectives, and inspires you to learn more about the world and people around you. That was an ugly sentence. They can't even proofread the description.
Why do we need to say, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend?
Well, because I think ultimately that's what it is. I mean, you don't have, okay, so not saying it, it's like when you say something, it becomes real. If you don't say it, doesn't become real.
Well, we've already had the communication. We've set the boundaries. We've set the terms for the relationship. Why do you need to
So what do you say? Okay, so then okay.
And you're not gonna challenge anyone to explore a different perspective by coming off so close-minded and disappointed when your co-host doesn't share your little echo chamber.
I disagree with you.
Hey, no, you're fired. You see, to learn more about the world and successfully challenge someone's perspective, you have to present all sides of the coin. You can't just be so biased.
I agree with you.
All right, you're hired again. I like this co-host. She agrees with me.
The question for you guys watching, me and Hannah in a relationship, we have all these elements
People
together.
have a lot of questions.
Right, it's like, whoa.
This is a mess. She can't even take a scenario seriously as Jason tries to open the conversation up to the audience.
But what do you say? Like, is she your girlfriend? Is she your woman?
Well,
No.
That is my point.
No, but
it's about what you say because it's relationship labels are for other people. They're not for you.
I love how Jason is literally counting down the seconds until this show is over.
What is that?
I know, but
Why do you need to label it for other people to understand your relationship with somebody?
because
you could say I'm in a relationship with this person.
okay, in a relationship with her, you can, or don't you think it's a little bit more worthy to be like, oh, well, she's my person who I share a kid, dog, house, credit card.
I don't even really call, like when I'm dating somebody, I don't even really call them my boyfriend.
She doesn't even entertain his argument and just switches the conversation back to her personal life.
I don't even really call them my boyfriend. I call them like
your man.
My man.
Yeah, that's hot. Ooh, that's hot. But that's a synonym for boyfriend.
No, that's all that I don't like.
Ouch, ¿qué pasó, mija? He got you there, huh? Let's see what you got to say to that.
I don't like. I feel I'm getting older. All right.
I'm sorry, what? Check out Jason's face though. He's finally accepted that this is a disaster piece beyond saving.
And I found myself asking one of my friends the other day who is dating a man. And I was like, so are you guys like BFGF yesterday? And I was like, oh my God, I am way too old to be speaking like this. Like they're in a committed relationship. They don't sleep with other people. Who cares?
So after all this, you admit that you yourself applied labels onto your friends? Did this just turn into a redemption video? Do you feel bad for doing that? And then you say, I'm too old to be speaking like this, as if using labels is a thing of the past or something, like an immature thing.
Technically, that would be her boyfriend. You're right.
Technically.
Who cares?
But we just did.
I mean, really, what's the point of having a co-host if you're just gonna talk and now yell over him and say, who cares? The whole point of the video is, should people have labels? Present your case. Why shouldn't people have labels?
If you sleep with other men, technically you are in a gay relationship. Why do you need to label it?
The entire time you're just asking, why should people have labels? That's not really like presenting a case. That's just saying it doesn't make sense, but why doesn't it make sense, Hannah? Tell us.
What I'm saying though, Hannah, is that it's okay in a relationship. Some people, you make a great point, but some people use that label or that term or that ideal to solidify and to have clarity over what their relationship is.
And you may do that. That is your prerogative, but you don't need to.
You don't need to. No, you're right. You don't need to. The only labels I like are Levi's, Vans.
This was the one moment in the video where they almost looked like they got along, and that's because he finally agreed with her.
Fruit of the Loom, movement watches.
Let us know if you guys think that you must label a relationship.
Oh, cool. She wants us to let her know our thoughts. I'm a pretty open-minded fellow. I think people can do what the hell they want, as long as they're not harming anyone, you know? Now, for your belief of not letting people have labels, sure, that's fine and dandy, but I feel like you're going out of your way to push beliefs without even having any substance. And I think you're aiming to be open-minded, but doing the opposite without actually realizing it. If there are people that have a problem with the label boyfriend girlfriend, I don't think you pitched it to me that well, and I would gladly watch another source, but so far, girl, you did not sell it to me. So that's why it's confusing to me that you're owned by the Young Turks, which is supposed to be like a progressive news source, and your own channel says you challenge people to think other perspectives. It looks like the channel is now dead, so I guess this is kind of a lost cause. I'm a little late on this whole. I hope that whoever takes over the new hosting, if they do revive it, can take this criticism and build a better show. Because when you introduce a new or different concept to someone like Jason or a co-host or me without any sort of substance, then you're literally just retweeting a tweet that has a lot of retweets and being like, yes, I agree. It's like reading a really out there headline without actually reading the article just to feel woke. Pero solo es mi opinión, no siempre tengo la razón. Me encantaría escuchar lo que ustedes piensan. Damn, that's a lot of Spanish. All right. Have you guys heard of this whole like labelless relationship stuff? Am I just out of the blue? I would like to be enlightened by someone else other than Hannah. And no offense to Hannah, I just kind of felt like someone added a couple extra snowflakes in her cereal. And please don't forget to drop me a like so I can send that prayer over to Jason because I'm pretty sure he needs it. Alright, and keep thinking critically, you cheeky monkeys. Cheers. But what do I know? I'm no longer single.